This type of Yerushalmi Bikkurim, article host by additional Mamish type of Dalin and Ralph. First words, Dvash, Tmorim, and in the Vilna, that's 7 lines on the bottom base on the base. So the Gemara says Dvash, which Bikkurim, is Tmorim. That's about dates. Yod Dvash Mamish, by about bee honey. You bring Bikkurim from the first honey your bees produce. Rabbi Tanachum v'Shem Rabbi Yitzchak is where it says no ksiv. It's said Divrei it's about meiser. Plus the davar here with so Rashi's dog on tears b'yitzor dvash. When there was widespread cultivation, they brought a lot of meiser from the grain, the wine, the oil, and the dvash. Dvash chayv meisers. If it's honey, the bee honey is the chayv meisers. And the tomorrow clearly it's talking about dates. Shein chayv meisers. Rebbe Shem Yeshua Nachal says, "Lama ksib Eretz Shnei Part in the famous pasuk Eretz Kito Sorah Gefen Name Ramon Eretz They Shem Vash. Why say Eretz twice? Eretz before Chita, Eretz before Zayis. We know the Gemara and Bavli learns here the Seder of Brachas. Which Brachas comes first? Comes from its proximity of the commodity to the word Eretz, but taking into account both first Eretz and second Eretz pasuk. But here it's much more the different drasha. It says why it's the Eretz Shnei Part. The does say in a bais that a house. Requires these two staples. It only stands. It requires chita and it requires grain and oil. So the question is, why are all the shivas Samini included in one pasuk? It's an interesting question. I guess we could divide it up. Pasuk. Rebbe and Shmuel Bar Nachman Chadamar. The difference opinion as to why Chamar le bracha. The Torah said you can for all teaches you that they're all you make after all of them a main shalosh the ala michya bracha. Chadamar Shim and the other said the pasuk was or teaches all the different Shuri Torah. But many times Bavli, Brachas, Mav, even Tal. So that hey, so the entire pasuk is teaching us the Shurim. So it says, wait a second. Man the bracha nicha. Okay, they all have the same bracha. So which obviously that's machta because the brachas are Rabbanan. But okay, it's a nice asmachta. So that asmachta it makes sense that they're all in the same pasuk. Teach all the same bracha achrona. The Shurin, is that true that this pasuk is telling us all the Shurim, and therefore they all include one pasuk? Tells us all the Shurim in one pasuk. For Tanina, then we learn Baharis Greece. We learned that there are other Shurim. The Baharis, the size of a neged saras, is the size of a gris, and it's not learned out from this pasuk here. Gris is a like what a gris is. It's also a type of a bean, right? So Lathim it says here mean mon. It should say mean hon. That's the Rasun, the Rafun, the Levi Shleim. That the fascinating thing. It's not the gris in Eretz Yisrael. It's the gris in Chutz La'aretz. So the gris that's not included. Therefore, it's not included because we're only talking about shurim of which are measured by commodities which are growing in Eretz Yisrael. So all those shurim which are measured by commodities growing in Eretz Yisrael, they're all lumped together in the same pasuk. What about Kadoshim and Asheretz? That's also not mentioned pasuk. So again, Leisi Minon, same idea. This is not a dasha in Eretz Yisrael. It's an Egyptian adasha. Pshita Hadamisla. So the Gemara goes on and says, this is obvious. Hifrish Bikkurim, Chutz Shivas Minim, if they take Bikkurim, if anything other than Shivas Minim, look at you, it's null and void. Ma Pligan, but what's in Machlekas? Hold on, I missed it. It sounds like that these commodities they're it says one's about to mention. It says so it sounds like the evidence might work because it's just not mina mufchar. So that's the machlekes here. So mapli the kamarim shabarim play with shamokim. The about the dates in the mountains and fruit in the valleys. Rabbi Zin, Rabbi Yasib, Hashem, Rabbi Lezer say lo kachu. If you did designate Bikurim, they're not kodesh. Rabbi Lezer, Hashem, Rabbi Ami said Ispagam, Rabbi Yochanan, Hashem, and Lakish. It's machlekes. Rabbi Yochanan, Hashem, and Lakish. Yochanan, lo kachu. Yochanan says they're talking not kachu, and Rabbi Hashem, Lakish, are kachu. They are kodesh. If you did designate them as becoming Kodesh. Rabbi Yehuda said, "Time Rabbi Shimon Lakish. What's the rationale of Rabbi Shimon Lakish? We know if you're not supposed to take truma, mean a rally offer, but if you did it, it's valid. So it's similar. Taking from these inferior fruits is like taking truma, mean a rally offer. So but it works. So says no. Rabbi Yehuda rejects it. Says Sheminon pears haroicha v'maisus. We know that. Inferior fruits of Chaim Maisus, Shaman, pears, Arroy, Chaim Bikurim. There we hear the inferior fruits of Chaim Bikurim. So perhaps low concept Bikurim is pears Meshubachim. The first fruits, but good, which is good fruit. Who said may go concept Bikurim does not apply at all as to inferior fruit. Masisa Messiah Rabbi Yossi. So there's the price we're going to bring down. There's evidence of Yosef the evidence they're not valid, not current. It says Emivim in Tzipornim. You can't bring from fruit in Tzipori. Velomida by Shon or fruit from Beit Shan. Because they're inferior. Vimhevi Kachu. They bring them, they're not kodesh. Mara says Amar Vizira. This have tiny time on, and we learned that Brisa Te'enim Sukkos, which are thorny Te'enim. Menukavas, or they're punctured. Anavim Muvakos, dusty grapes. Mushanas are smoky grapes. Mavin, you can't bring them. Avon Mavin, Minatainim, but no Sheva. You bring from figs, which is evidently inferior, but not so inferior, called no Sheva. Uminanavim ha lablunius. Lablunius means overly moist grapes. So Gemara says, wait a minute, this is the opposite. These are good, but no Sheva are good figs. Luvanios are good grapes. Mina mufchem tema avo. They are good, and he's saying avo, but you can bring from them. They're superior, of course you can bring from them. Amar said shlo tomar havein basof lo yavi. Interesting, he says these fruits are complete at the end of the summer. It takes a long time for them to the best fruits, but it takes a long time to ripen. I might say kind of from Bikurim. So therefore, nevertheless, Chiddush is evidently that you can bring them from Bikurim. I guess you can wait. It's a good question. Why? So the article hedges a bit whether they're considered a separate min, and that's why you can bring them Bikurim, and you bring from your other figs and grapes earlier, or no, because they're the best ones. There's a special dispensation to wait. I'm not sure we're going to come to a conclusion on that later on. That's more ambiguous. I guess the alternative is that to say that Bikurim doesn't necessarily mean the first, but it also means the best. So the alternative is to say that, yes, the first is good, but best is better. And that also fills the mitzvah Bikurim. Okay. You only bring dates from Yichud, that's the best place for dates. And you don't read the parts of Bikurim except on dates which are very fat, and which is the shear of a Kosevas Agasa, a fat date, shear for Yom Kippur. He says, even though it's not supposed to bring from the valley, pomegranates going to the valley are significant, and you do bring that, and you do read the Parshat Bikurim. Okay, says the Mishnah, Elam Avim below Korin, these the people bring, and they can't read the Parsha. Again, maybe in a Korin, the Ger, Sheyachol Amar, Sheyish Baal Shem Lav Hussein, unless it's learned that promise made to his forefathers, give to him because his forefathers not Jewish. The same when he saw his mother was Jewish, maybe Kori, he can bring Kori despite the fact that he doesn't have a Nachla in Eretz Yisrael because his father was a Ger. Nevertheless, he can still bring Sheyish Baal Lav Hussein, meaning his parents on his maternal side. Kshumispal Beno Ben Atzu, when he dives on his own, privately, Omer Elokei Avos Yisrael, doesn't say okay Elokei Avosenu, say okay Avos Yisrael. Shemines Knesset is Shul, Omer Elokei Avosechem, the God of your fathers. Imam Yisrael, Omer Elokei Avosenu. Even if it's only his mother, it's from Am Yisrael, so you can still say Elokei Avosenu. Okay, Umar is going to discuss whether what this in fact the case. Or we should say okay, I will say to instead. Okay, the article has a header here. Below Curry. Rabbi Yonah, Rabbi Yasser, Tevem Shem Rishul, Bar Yitzchak, Bivnei Keni Choytze Mishlo Humas Masnisa. Our mission is even going on the descendants of Yisro, Bivnei Keni Choytze Mishlo, even though they got a portion of Eretz Yisrael, it wasn't part of the Shvuah. It was allocated to them later on, but it wasn't part of the Shvuah Shenishbal Avosenu. So they can't say they can't read the parsha. So there's a parentheses here. So the words, the following words, making the mission of being current, is erased by the Rashi, because in fact, yeah, that's the point. They were promised by Moshe Rabbeinu Chelek in Eretz Yisrael, but they're not part of the others. Rabbi Chizki's name Lezer Lo Amar Kain. Rabbi Chizki's name Rabbi Lezer did not say this, but rather he holds that Bnei Keni Choshen Misha can be bring and be korei. And that which it says a ger is maybe in a korei in our Mishnah is ger another ger. Chizki's name Lezer Lo Amar Kain Amatam Amru Hapatropus, a guardian. For Eved, a slave, Vashliach, an agent, for Isha, a woman, V'tumtum, androgynous. We're not sure of their gender. Mevim below Kori. Why do we say that they all bring? Whereas the local Hay is going to say that they can bring the Bikkurim, they can't read the parsha. Why not? Shager, Hare Amar Parsha, because it says explicitly, Parsha Bikkurim Samachta V'Chuli Atov Ve'Hager. So the ger can't read the parsha, can't say as we said before. So it must be that he can still bring, just not say. So therefore, all these other things are included in that chiyuv of a ger to bring, even though they can't read the parsha because it's not their land. All right. But you do not about Yitzchak. Yitzchak said, "Tipater by ger the not el ger bring, it's only ger the hacham. They can't increase in Moshe. It's only the only game we can bring are the bnei the sons of Yisrael. Bnei can't increase in Mishra being Bikkurim because of the shvuah that Moshe made to Yisrael." The Rash brings out actually plus we took out before. So therefore, it's true. It's not the shvuah that from Yitzchak Yaakov. Shvuah is the motion that's good enough for them to bring and be korei. Okay, that brings us to the top of Peyam Rav, and we'll stop here.